It's the Bougie Show when you hear what's cause it's the Bougie Show. The Bougie Show. Turn up, turn up, turn up. It's the Bougie Show when you hear what's turn up, turn up, turn up. It's the Bougie Show when you hear what's.
We're going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Bougie Show. It is a lovely Sunday afternoon in West Hollywood, California. And the performer in front of me is a chocolate Playboy bunny, a producer and model. She's the foxiest of the foxes, a veteran to the adult entertainment industry. Ladies and gentlemen, little boys, chocolate lovers, Miss Anna Foxx is in the building.
Yay! Thank you. That was very nice.
You approve?
I approve.
Okay,
I was like, oh, yeah,
great.
I do those things.
I will applaud that.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I was concerned, what was it, Friday when we got here? And I got booked. I'm like, oh, Erica, don't do this to me. I need her.
Yeah. I'm glad I could make it work.
I know how your world works and things just
yeah.
happen. So we do appreciate you here. How was your commute here? Was it okay?
It was really good. You guys are not that far, and it's not actually raining. So,
okay.
Yeah,
it did stop early this morning. Mm-hmm. I want to first of all applaud you for your dinner that you did for Black History Month with Brazzers being the sponsors, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes,
all right,
yes.
We'll applaud that. We'll applaud that.
Thank you.
How was that? You want to touch on that before we get into the interview?
Yeah. So I've been friends with Demi Sutra for a couple of years.
Yes.
And her and I always like call each other for tea, talking shit and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So one year we were just like, man, fuck it. People don't care about Black History Month, and we should do something. In
adult entertainment?
Yeah.
Why did you? Okay, I want to ask you, but should I ask you or let you finish?
No, you can ask.
Okay, would y'all expect the industry as a whole to care about that?
You know, I think once we started speaking up, we thought like maybe if we said something, somebody would get like shook and then change.
Oh, okay.
But after that, we were like, okay, well, they're not gonna do shit. So we just decided to do the shit that we were complaining about, because that's the only way to really make a change is if you
absolutely
do it. So we got up off our asses and did some anal and paid for dinner for our closest.
You said did some anal?
Did some anal, yeah.
Wait, so you're at a dinner. What is anal? Wait,
well, because we paid for the first dinner. This is our second dinner that we did.
Okay.
We paid for the first dinner, and then the second dinner we had to pay up front, and then Brazzers came and like gave us a check after.
Oh.
So we had to pay for everything
up front, and then you got reimbursed.
Yeah, okay. And I didn't realize how expensive dinner for 33 people were. So we did some anal.
It's time to stop the fuckery.
Yeah.
Okay. How am I supposed to follow up on that? Okay, I mean, I understood what you said.
Yay, dinner.
But it was worth it?
It was worth it. It was so awesome to see everybody there and like talking what they had to say and like just making connections. I was just like a proud baby mom. Like, oh my God, look at all my little Black children.
It's time to stop the fuckery.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So are you going to try to make it an annual thing then?
100%. We now, since we've talked so much shit online, we now are going to have more sponsors. So we can have it be bigger and we don't have to do anal next year.
That's nice.
Yeah. Maybe just a hand job or two.
Yes, we can applaud that.
Yeah.
So, Anna Foxx joining us on the Bougie Show. I personally believe that Black history is American history.
Yeah.
And even though it's that month, but I still feel like it's American history. It shouldn't be you know what I mean? It should be throughout
the year.
Black history is a part of American history to the point
we're
where
here.
we're at. So, but anyhow, I just wanted to touch on that. So that was good to hear that it went well for you.
Yeah.
I want to, while we're starting this interview, APAC president, what is that? I just wanted to know for myself. I don't know what that was when I was preparing for your interview.
So I hope I do it right. Adult Performer Advocacy Committee.
Okay.
So we advocate for performers and like if they have situations, like we point them in directions of like, well, you may need a lawyer. Here's a lawyer. You might need a publicist, or like here's clinics that are safe, sex worker safe, and things like that. So we just try to be like big brother, big sister to performers.
What happened to the Pineapple? I was actually reaching out to them because one of the things we try to focus on this platform is the realities of the world you guys are in, and I hear the women express their frustrations and you know the flaws that exist in the industry. And I tried to get with them, and then their Twitter got shut down. You know anything behind that?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to see.
I didn't know their Twitter got shut down, but I do use Pineapple Support for therapy. It actually made the most sense because I tried to do therapy before, but I would have to like run into people like, okay, so I suck dick for a living. Let's get that out of the way. And they're like, well, how do you feel about it? I'm not worried about that. I got other issues.
That's one, honey. We'll applaud that. And that's what I've been getting a lot. I don't know if I'm not saying I got the magic where, but they feel confining me to where they feel like letting it all out. So even yesterday was just a lot of confessions going on.
Therapy.
But one girl, she said she had 2 therapists. I mean, do you recommend it for performers?
Yeah.
In the beginning or after?
I think everybody kind of needs therapy if you live on Earth, you know, being real. So if you get it the sooner the better.
Right.
I really like my therapist. Like I feel like we're like homies, and I want to invite her to my bar mitzvah and stuff like that. But
I'm glad you brought that up because like especially for like black men, you know, like we frown upon that. Like, I ain't want no goddamn therapist. That's white folk stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know. I don't know.
They have people of color therapists.
Right,
so
no,
you
I
can
get
get
it.
a black guy.
I get it, but it's like with chopping it up with your homies. Isn't that therapy?
It is.
You
And
know?
it really is. It's practically the same, except your therapist holds you accountable. You know, but it's kind of nice to have therapy so you don't have to like dump on your friends. Like I found that I used to just call my friends and be like, oh my God, and talk about myself for an hour. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, how's your day?
Right.
So just like appoint it to the appropriate person instead of
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a valid point. Talk to me about being on the set of HBO's Winning Time, the rise of the Los Angeles Lakers. What did you take from that experience? We'll applaud that also, by the way.
Thank you. I was so excited because I'm such a fan of the Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
I live in LA. And I got to fuck Magic Johnson in the movie.
The character.
The character. And I actually like really like Magic Johnson. I used to work at Starbucks, and I met him in real life. And when they won the Nationals, I like followed the parade out here. So it's kind of like full circle for me. He was like, "Oh, now I get to fuck the fake you!" Like, yay! You know.
That is cool.
It's really cool. I found that mainstream sets are not porn sets.
I did hear you speak about that because you kept getting naked and they was like, no, you don't have to get naked.
Which is weird because I was naked, like my role, I was naked.
Right.
And it's a house, like a sex house, so everybody's naked. So I was like, oh, I don't need my robe. And they're like, you should cover up. And I was like, my titties are non-threatening. Like, are you okay? Like, are you sure? Everybody was telling me to cover up like every 2 seconds. And I was just like, well, my titties got to get acquainted with the environment. Right. So I didn't realize like how offensive like it is to others to be nude when you're not supposed to be nude versus on a porn set, everybody's naked and you don't even notice.
Right.
Like the dude's jacking off, like ordering Whole Foods and stuff. Like you didn't even notice.
It's time to stop the fuckery.
That's a real thing.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Oh my God.
Have you been on a porn set yet? You gotta go.
I always wanted to do a documentary behind the scenes, like before and after when you're walking in to do the shoot, and then how do you feel after, and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, eventually. We'll dip into that one day. Anna Foxxx joining us on the Bougie Show. So, what made someone comfortable enough to approach you about joining the adult film industry?
I don't know what made them comfortable enough, but I really wanted to kind of get into it because as an adult, like exploring your sex, you're trying to figure out how to do it without like somebody cheating on their girlfriend or you fucking somebody's baby daddy or whatever. So I just wanted to have like sex with people that like no strings attached for real.
Right.
And when I got approached with porn, I was like, oh, well, I don't have giant bazongas, but I could learn how to suck a dick.
Right.
So I was like, oh, this is like college for sex. Like I'll get the VJ course, I'll get the anal course, you know, the lesbian course. I'll get to try it, all the little courses in sex, and like no one's gonna beat me up, or at least like when they call you a whore, like it's like positive.
Right.
So I just wanted to try porn.
And that was that.
That was that. Yeah, I got approached by an agent in a club. My friend was a club promoter, so I used to go to the club like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever day it was open, I would just go. And
Were you a swinger? I forgot what the word unicorn is. What somebody informed me yesterday. Were you that prior to adult films?
No, I was like lame. I was not. I wanted to be sexually active, but I had some sex, but it was just like, well, they just nutted and I'm here.
Right.
And I didn't even know how to suck dick good either.
Right.
So I was like, this sucks. How am I going to get a husband? You know,
Right.
I have no skills. I need some skills. So I just wanted to upgrade myself, I guess.
Is that the farthest thing from your mind now, to have a husband?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I'm like, oh, fuck that.
Do you work out, or are you just naturally slim?
No, I'm just aware. Like I'm an active person, so
Okay.
I'd rather not go to the gym.
Right.
So if I got to pick up a box, I'll pick up a box.
Right.
Like I'm not lazy.
Right.
I will get on top.
Right,
you
right,
know,
right.
like
I
I
got you.
work out doing normal people things because the gym is like depressing.
Oh shit!
I feel like I made a mistake.
Right when you walk in there.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, I'm working out my mistakes. All those muffins and donuts.
You stated in an interview a while back that, quote, "I just want to achieve happiness. It's not easy to be happy in this industry, but I've learned to accept things for what they are and be happy doing it." Quote, end quote. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, I feel like being happy is like a daily choice. You know, like you can wake up and be like immersed in the bullshit, or you can just be like, oh, there's a flower. So,
And just appreciate the little things. Is what it sounds like.
yeah. You know, I try to be there for people, and that can bring a lot of negativity because like people have issues and things like that. But just removing myself and being thankful for the things that I have is a lot better. It's a lot like my life's so much better than it used to be. So like there's no way a bad day can be as shitty as a bad day when I used to work at Starbucks.
Starbucks was depressing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
A 9 to 5 in general is depressing.
it's depressing. Yeah.
Do you think? And I want to get this is something I've been asking like the last few events. I started it at Exotica, and I like to get performers, especially ones that have been established in this industry, because I think your opinion matters. Do you think 18 years of age is too young to be an adult performer?
Oh my God. I almost tweeted this.
Okay.
Like 48 hours ago, but I was like, damn, people are they're gonna be so mad. But I
Right.
do think that you should be 21 to
Oh,
fight here.
great. We definitely applaud that.
I do think so.
I'm an advocate for that also.
It's so weird. Like
Yeah.
you can't buy cigarettes, you can't drink, but you can do anal
yeah.
and gangbangs.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Yeah.
I think you should be 21.
You're a child coming out of high school, and you're going to go on a set with grown men. You know what I mean? So I even had a performer, a male performer, tell me he believed it should be 24 years of age, and I was like, wow.
Well,
He said, and he was just telling me,
Yeah.
you know, he was really telling me like the raw off the
Yeah.
clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they should try some life experience because it helps when you get here. If you're 18 and you get into porn, like, oh my God,
Right.
it's like giving meat to sharks.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
You're gonna
Because they
just-
get taken advantage. Even
really
the girl
do.
said that to me yesterday. Same. Yeah, no, I'm glad that you feel that way. Most performers do feel that way. That I've asked.
Then I'll tweet it.
Yeah. I've asked quite a few, and they all say.
Yeah, I think I didn't even think about it because I started porn when I was 23. Until I think I was like 27, and I got booked with a guy that was like, he had just turned 19, and I was like looking at him because you don't walk in with your age on your shirt, so
Right,
it's just
right.
like, how old are you?
Right,
You got like baby
face.
mustache.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what? How old are you? He's like,
Right.
oh, I just turned 19, and I was like, ugh, I would never do this in real life.
Right.
So,
So
like,
why
where would we meet?
Right.
Like,
Right.
I don't know. We wouldn't even meet in real life.
Right.
So it doesn't make sense that we would work together.
agree.
So after that, I was like, oh no, that age is a hard no on my no
Oh,
list.
so you won't work with anybody under 21?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
They're
'Cause you feel like
they're not aware. They're just fucking.
Right,
Like, it's just
right,
like
right.
like a little Hitachi just going off, and I'm like,
Jack
oh,
Rabbit
man.
just-
yeah. They're just like not
Yeah.
even here.
they're not understanding.
Like snapping in their face. Like, do you see me?
Wow, I didn't. That's the first time I've heard that one, like on your no checklist.
Yeah, I'd rather
Wow.
not. Guys and girls.
Have you ever? Speaking of that no checklist, what consists on your no checklist? What does it consist of?
You got to do something to get on my no
Okay.
list. 'Cause
Have you had talents found their way on your no list?
Yeah.
And what did they do? I'm not expecting you to say their names, but what did they do?
they like there was some violence against women. They
so red flags, what you hear about, not personal experience with them?
No. Okay. If I heard that you beat up someone, no list. If you show up on set and I can taste Rolling Loud off of you,
right?
No list. Like I'm showing up, giving you my best. I took a fucking bath for this shit.
Right.
You could, you know, like give me the same courtesy. And if you're gonna drink tequila, give me some.
Right.
You know, it's just courtesy. You got to do something to get on the no list because I'm pretty open. I don't care if you're a square, a triangle, a rectangle, like.
We got a lot going on, but I even saw it this morning. What happened with Alexis Texas and Avery Jane in Vegas?
Oh, Alexis Tay.
Yeah, and they're going off about how they were mistreated.
Yeah.
And they're going full throttle, letting it be known.
I'm so happy for them.
Let me ask you, because a thing that I spoke with Jenna Foxxx in Chicago.
I love her.
And she said that she was on a set. It was a rough scene, and the guy was just it was becoming overwhelming with her. I don't know if she said it was his penis size on top of the way he used this penis.
Right.
And she said, you know, she asked, you know, whatever, and pinched and all that, and he just kept going. So I said, what did the director say? And she said nothing. And he was like, you know, so I said, what'd you do? You quit? She said, did you stop and leave? She said, no, I wanted to make sure everybody got paid. Right? So she went through with it, and she used the words verbatim, basically raped.
Yeah.
When you hear that, and I've had a conversation with the male performer off the clock, and he said to me, listen, sometimes as male performers, we whatever we're on or whatever we're thinking about performing, that double tap or that little pinch, sometimes we're not even hearing it. I mean, seeing it, feeling it, anything. You have to say cut or stop, and they will stop.
I feel you.
So is that not being said to the female performers out there? Hey, you got to say stop. You got to tell them, hey, man, stop, or get up, move. Like, don't sit there and just... What is being discussed with you guys? Because, you know. Yeah,
it's kind of a rock and a hard place because we do the consent talks before you work, and they're like, oh, well, what are your safe words? What are your, like, how do you want to cut the scene? And sometimes people put like, oh, the tap on the scene.
Right.
I think like the kind of discussion needs to happen like with the guy, like, oh, well, I won't notice a tap.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
So
I agree.
because it's like if she says tap and he doesn't feel tap, then like it's hard for him to listen to her. So I just say stop. Like that's heard. I'll look at the camera and like, you know, like, I will cut, and I cut for multiple reasons, not because like it's uncomfortable, because I'm fucking tired and old and shit.
Right,
right.
So
thinking about Chipotle.
right. But do you think it's healthy for like the performers, the female performers, to like do that? Do you think? Because I see a lot of girls, they're kind of skeptical about coming out and say, because they're worried about getting canceled and stuff like that. And now you have, I don't know, I think it's y'all world now, really, in this industry where you need this vagina. We can go to OnlyFans. Mainstream, you need us a lot more now than you ever did before.
Yeah.
So what is going on like in your world when y'all communicate with each other off the clock? What are you guys actually discussing?
You know, I talked to Alexis with their situation, right? And she did say like, stop, like I need to get out. And
what was wrong with what was happening? Why she wanted to stop?
She was tied up in suspension.
Yeah,
with bondage. Like I've done BDSM like numerous times, and I gave myself nerve damage one time because I didn't listen to my own body when my fingers were tingling, and I was like, this is so fun, I want to stay up. Gave myself nerve damage, so I was like, okay, can't do that anymore. So that's why I say stop, and she said stop, and they were like, no, we just got to get this extra shot. So it's like everybody needs to be held accountable for their jobs. Like if you tap, then you need to make sure your male talent will hear tap. If you're the director, then you need to look for tap.
Right.
You know, and when somebody doesn't follow in their accountability, that's when it turns into rape, you know, and it's like really unfortunate, but it's kind of hard because everybody's independent. Like this is an independent company, this is an independent model. So we can't just like
come after one.
Yeah, because it's like an entity. So you got to go after the right people, and you can't really get people canceled if they're working for themselves. You know, like you can't cancel this company if they don't think they did nothing wrong. All you can do is like warn people, like, hey, don't fuck with these people because they don't listen to no's or taps.
So was penetration occurring when she was getting bondage, or was it just too tight on her wrists and it was just?
From what I understand, it was like 20 extras on set. They were drinking alcohol.
Okay.
When she said, let me down, they left her up for 10 more minutes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that's like extreme, like.
Are you serious?
Really bad, yeah. So it was like a really.
She must ain't got no cousins. Her daddy's named Ray Ray.
Oh God, yeah, no.
Okay,
I think
bitch.
she's gonna get a lawyer.
Yeah,
so.
you ain't gonna take me down. All right, watch when I get down and I get on this phone.
I mean, we want to be her cousin Ray Ray for her.
Right. That's I didn't realize how deep it goes, and I appreciate you sharing. Like, I think because they fantasize about you guys so much, and I think I'm sure you guys are starting to realize why it's important for you guys to speak, so they can really identify with you as human beings. Yeah, and notice this is a real deal with this stuff that we're giving you. It's a lot of shit we got to go through. Anna Foxxx joining us on the Bougie Show. Wow. Have you personally had a talent be too rough with you?
Not like that.
Okay.
I had to learn my boundaries when I started, and I had no idea what they were. Like, somebody could explain it to me, but until you're in a situation where you learn your boundary, you don't know. So there were so many times when I started that I was like, yeah, just fuck me up, do whatever you want. And somebody would be like, okay. And they'd start fucking me up, and I'd be like, this is so fun. And then like halfway through, I'd be like, oh my God, I can't breathe. Right. So I had to like teach myself my own boundaries. And I think that's why I don't really have problems with boundaries being overstepped. And then I look up my talent, and I won't work with people that I don't think will listen to me. You know, like if you don't respect that person, I'm not gonna go next. I feel you.
So Avery Jane was there also, though, right?
She had a separate situation.
Oh, okay. I thought they were there together. Okay,
yeah,
all right.
I think
that's
to
really alarming to me. I didn't realize that those type of things took place.
They usually don't.
They usually don't.
This is a new one. Okay. So it's kind
especially
of like,
when women were there, right?
Yeah.
You think women would look out for women? Yeah, I saw it this morning. I went to their page to see who's running it.
Me
I see
too.
women.
I was sitting ready for my tea, but
wow. And you think? I mean, they were saying it's the lack of appreciation for the black female performer.
I think so, because when you're
so you think if there was a Caucasian performer on there, they would have cut those ropes a lot faster?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I have had situations where I was on set where I felt the set was being abused. Like we were being abused because they didn't give us the same amount of respect as if we were like Angela White or whatever.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And in my opinion, like we all, unless you have another vagina, why are we treating you more special than you know? So I do think that race comes into play with the budget, with how they treat you, with the care, all of the above. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Way to start off the morning. I mean, I knew this was coming. I also read that because you have long legs, it's really a challenge to find performers taller than you. Is that true?
Yeah, a lot of people are smaller than what they look like on camera. And
like Brickzilla is being one of them.
Yeah, oh my God. I remember I had met Pressure, and he looks like he's like,
tall, right?
No, he's not.
Get out of here.
Not to me.
He's 6 foot or better, right?
No. I felt
man,
like
that
we were
dude looked like he about 6'2", man.
No, I'm 5'7", and I felt like he may have had an inch on me. Like I was like,
wow.
Oh my God. Like if you girls knew, like if you saw them in person, I'd be like, this motherfucker. Okay. Okay. So there are a couple of guys that are taller than me, like Isaiah and Ricky Johnson.
Right.
But God, I like love hate working with Isaiah and Ricky Johnson. They're like my annoying brothers.
Why?
They're like my
I've interviewed Isaiah. Was a great dude.
Isaiah's so awesome. We started.
But why do you hate working with him?
Because we started porn on the same day, like 11 years ago, and he wasn't shooting.
But he was a agent.
Yeah, so he was my agent, and then to know him as my agent,
and then to end up performing with him.
He was like, "Oh, I think I can do porn," and I was like, "No, you shouldn't do porn." I was like, "What makes you think you can do porn?" And he started smiling. He's like, "I think I can do it." And I was like, "Isaiah, no, because you're gonna have to fuck me."
Right.
So now every time we work together, he just gets that same smile. He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to fuck me," and I'm like, "Oh God."
Wow. Is there a performer out there that you haven't got off your bucket list that you're in?
Listen, back in the day, I really wanted to fuck Mandingo.
Okay.
Because he's another person that I think people think he's taller in real life, and he's like,
you've seen him before?
Yeah, he's like, I'm taller than him.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know you got a big ass.
You're taller than him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, also I wear heels too, so maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not
but still, you would
it.
never think. You'd think that those guys.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be like a fucking Shaq.
Right.
No, he's like a nice, calm, like small guy, and I was like, oh. I kind of want to do that. Like Dread's a big dude with a big dick, so I'm like, no, you can't be big.
Yeah,
you can't be a bear and fuck me with that bear. No. I got at least let me bear over you at some point. You know,
feel like I'm in some kind of control.
I gotta have some advantage. I think Dread was not Dread. Oh God. Oh, Mandingo was the only person that I really wanted to work with that I hadn't worked with.
Do you ever find out why those guys? Do they just get too old and they leave? Or what is it?
Yeah, I caught him. By the time I was ready, he was on his way out.
So they can no longer go? Because Dread was saying, yo, I can still go. Even though I'm up in age, I can still go.
I don't know. If I hit him up in the DM, maybe like he'd be down. But I don't know. I'm not that like slutty anymore. So yeah. I just was like, oh, he's not here. Okay. Next.
Do you still watch your performances?
I do, just to see like I'll change my diet sometimes, or like, oh, what did my hair look like? You know, like critiquing myself just to see if I feel like I'm doing a good job. So I just, check to see if I'm, okay, I'd watch me. I'd jack off to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You got friends in the industry. I know you got a couple.
Yeah.
How do you know when you can trust your peers?
I feel like it's like when we're in private and we're talking, like if I throw something out there and they're like, oh girl, like if they pick it up the way I feel it, then I'm like, okay, cool. We're in a safe space, right. Like mano y mano. Right. Yeah, but if I throw something out there and it goes over their head, I'm like, okay, well maybe you're in the you're on the party bus with me, but you're like in the back. You can come, but like I
Great
won't
analogy.
tell you.
Right. Great.
Yeah.
Advice for new female performers.
Okay, advice. Gosh, it's
especially
like
ones
changed.
Contemplating on coming into the industry. What do you say to them?
God, do your research as much as you can, and like when you think you've done enough, like do some more, because there's levels to it. Ask people. Get in the DMs of like whatever thing you want to do in the sex industry. Like if you want to be like a top-notch girl, like if you want to be the next Abella Danger, go ask Abella Danger. Go look at how her career went and like what she said, what she did, and if you're okay with that, because it's a lot of fucking work and you don't realize it until you get here that you're just like, now you're in it. It's like very fast paced. Like you start and then you have like 6 shoots. So if you sign up to do anal and you don't want to do anal, oh my God. So just know your limits, what you do and don't want to do. Research those people, research the companies, research the business, the history. All of those things are going to come into play, so.
Avery Jane, February 7th, tweeted, quote, "One day I'm going to write a book about my personal experience as a black woman in porn, and no one will care the way no one cares now," end quotes. Your thoughts?
I'm really sad at the end of it. Okay. The no one will care part. Right. People will care because I give a fuck. I think I liked it.
And it's intriguing.
Yeah. I think she should fucking do that because like the perspective of a black female is different from like a white female. And we have books from white females' perspective. So I would love to see her because she literally is a fucking machine. Like yes. Avery will do anal with her fist up her ass and just smiling and eating goldfish crackers. Right. Like she has no worries. She's a boss bitch. Like, and I know like her achieving that level on herself like had to come with some shit. So because I was like I think I was her first interview. I interviewed her back in 2021. Oh, nice.
When she first got in the game.
She killed it from day one.
Yeah, and it's so funny when she came in the door. Guess who was in the building with us? Erica, and that's how they met each other. Good. Yeah,
she came in like the Kool-Aid man. He kicks through the door. Right. That's Avery. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. So I've interviewed her twice, and I got to see the significant change just from there
baby
to Exotica.
To now. Yep. Oh my God, yeah.
Yep. Also on February 1st, you tweeted, quote, "I raise the question every effing year about how many adult companies will celebrate Black History Month. We all know you guys are going to celebrate Valentine's Day, even though it's just a day," end quote. Why do you feel? Well, we already spoke about that, about why you felt like, but
I just had to tweet it so that way they know that I know that they know, What
if they did it? Okay, what if they did slavery scenes with white men raping the black slave woman? Adult films have been known for parodies on Black American culture in the past.
They have done that.
What if somebody says, well, that's celebrating black?
It is time to stop the fuckery.
That's not what I meant to celebrate. Pornhub one year had put, on the homepage when you click in Pornhub,
right.
they had put just black models on the front for Black History Month, and I was like, oh shit, yay!
Okay.
Because there's a lot of people that I didn't know, and I was like, who is this lady? God, I made so many friends that day. That month I had I was like, no. So like they forgot after 2020 when they were trying to like march with us and shit. So I just kind of like to just throw that little pebble out there every year. Like, you guys forgot. I didn't. You guys could have put on a dinner like I did, but you didn't.
Well, maybe they'll follow suit. Sometimes you got to be the one to jump out.
Yeah,
jump in the water.
I don't mind shaking the waters and,
Let me talk to you about interracial.
Oh, yeah.
While we're on it.
God.
Why interracial is so popular? Is it because of the contrast of it?
I think it's the
different,
contrast.
the color penis going into the white skin.
Yeah, just because I have a very tanned vagina.
Right.
So sometimes, like when I'm doing content, like
with a white male performer,
it's easier to see, just honestly, because
with the white penis.
Yeah, with the
white penis. I get it.
Yeah, so I can get like it's easier to shoot, easier to see,
right.
kind of thing. Same thing with like white on white. When a black guy is inside of white vagina, you can see that black dick.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's just so like. So I get like the aesthetics of it, but the term of it makes no sense.
Interracial.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like.
Why are we still using it?
Yeah,
why are we still using holding
interracial?
on to? It's just like the 18 being too young. Why you guys? To me, it's still men. Hopefully, you women get the law, get it changed.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we're obviously like, I just got a scene titled Interracial, and it was me and another girl, and she was like Puerto Rican and something.
Oh,
like,
that's so.
I was like, what?
Complexion.
And I'm Nigerian and Irish, and so I was like, what do you mean interracial? Like, what do you mean? Because I'm obviously black, and she looks a little bit more white.
Right.
When it.
Neither one of you were Irish.
Yeah, I
but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
It's in me. I did the little DNA thing.
I mean, you spoke on this. You really prefer to work with older men, and it's so funny. I was going to ask you that, but then you spoke about not working with younger men under a certain age. So,
yeah.
I mean, I think you kind of answered that. Weirdest thing a man has done to get your undivided attention?
The dick pics. The dick pics, like. It's just like in my DMs, like I'll open it and I get bored, so I go through and I'm like, what are they saying today? And it's like just like, here's random dick, and I'm like, no, hello.
Yeah.
Like,
and what do you? I mean, but are dicks flattering to you to look at? Because I've heard a lot of women say dicks, penis aren't flattering to look at.
Not unless it's like the dick that
you want. Right.
Yeah.
Right,
but like
right.
when it's just like a random dick, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do? Like,
right.
like start salivating.
Right.
Like, where are you? Like, let me fly to India right now.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, like. That's never.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I like to shame people, so it's.
Do you?
fun
Oh,
for
so
me.
you do dick humiliation on your OnlyFans?
Yeah, I like.
What do you? What's your go-to line when you really want to humiliate them?
Whatever it is, like if they're sending me a picture of like their dick, then I'm like, that little look at that
right.
mother. You think that I would? I just get a little Italian.
Right, okay.
Do you think I would?
And they love it.
They do. I wish more people loved it because it's really easy.
Yeah, it's an easy cash bag for the women out there.
No problem being a dick.
Do you give them like a heads up? Hey, make sure you put lotion on before you send that pic.
They should. I mean,
okay.
I feel like I've said it enough online. Like I've put on my Twitter, I'd be like, look at this guy who sent me this ashy ass dick with like he's got like tube socks on, one's high, one's low,
right.
like the trash can's full. Like what? Now you think I'm gonna come over and suck your dick
right.
with the trash can?
Right.
No, like no. Yeah, please at least put moisturizer. Like
right.
if I send a pussy pic, like I have to like wake her up, make sure she's not hanging this or that.
Oh, wow.
Make it cute.
So it's literally, I refer to the vagina as a flower.
Yeah,
so like you have to put water on it and let the sun hit it, let it rise up and really blossom.
Like shake the drapes. Yeah.
When you stated that you do swallow depending on the person, can you elaborate on exactly what you meant by that? Is it somebody you know that's healthy, that eats proper? What is that?
Yeah, because it's like I guess because it's inside of you, your cum, that like you can taste what's inside of you.
Yes.
And I used to just be stupid and just be like, yeah, I don't care, I'll eat anyone's cum. But like as I like learned, I was like, well, don't eat anyone's cum. We got to stop eating anyone's cum.
You refer to it eating and not swallowing. Why? I'm just
sometimes
curious.
it can be like an oystery texture.
Oh shit!
It is time to stop the fuckery.
You know, sometimes you like pick it up off your face and it's like, yeah, you can swallow it, but it's kind of edible. It's a little thick sometimes. Yeah, so don't eat anyone's cum.
But how do you know ahead of time? How do you know? Like, all right, I'll do a swallow scene with that
If the scene has to be swallow, then I will swallow just because like it's in the like it's like the title is like swallowing cum. You know, like okay, so this is the swallow day. But if I get the choice of where the cum's gonna go, I usually tell them to paint me like Picasso because I don't want to eat it. Oh, you can put it on my face,
right.
just on me, just anywhere on me, just not in my mouth. Not in my mouth.
What if you could change one thing about the adult film industry? What would that be?
Okay. I'll change a couple of things. I changed the age.
Besides 18.
Besides the 18 to 21, and I don't want to think about the 24 yet, but it's not a bad idea.
Right.
And then I would change like the way that we could. Penalties for people doing things wrong.
Oh yes.
Yeah, because there's no police. You know,
Strikes.
there's no union. Not really. Yeah. So we can't really impact the way. Like I get mad when people fuck over my little baby Tay Tay. So you know, I would like to just like like you got to go to jail or something. You know, like some consequences.
There has to be repercussions.
Yeah.
So. That's not a bad thing though. Like a league, like a player, like the NBA has a players association.
Yeah,
they should have that performers association.
Yeah,
and, you know, we at the end of the year we have a negotiation, the bargaining table, and you come to these. I think it needs. Yeah, because I think the adult film industry started from. Was white men, but I just noticed that like most of the companies that own Brazzers and Bang Bros and all that, they're not even in America.
No, they're Canadian. So they're like, we'll be complaining. They're like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah, they're not here.
What you're talking about.
Right.
So there's a big disconnect, you know, and they don't care. They're like in Canada.
Why don't you guys? Because I talked with Jonathan Jordan. He was the guy that said to me, he has his own production company. He's also an app performer, but he has his production. Most of his work is in Miami, but he rolls with Richard Mann a lot.
Okay.
And he said to me, you know, I asked him, and they have a couple guys they call like BBC Titans, and they have their own production company, right? And I said, well, why isn't there, like before the pandemic, or there was a certain time, I think it was Jake Steed and what's the Spanish guy name? TT Boy.
Yeah. Oh, God.
They had their production companies. What happened to that? How come it's only like, you know what I mean? Like,
like all the independent
where's
people?
the minority production companies?
There used to be, when I started, it was actually a whole lot of minority companies, and like slowly, like here and there, like I didn't even notice that it went away until people started complaining. They're like, "Where's all the black on black?" And I was like, "Oh shit, they're all gone." I don't really know why they left, but I guess like it's the rise of the independents now. You know, like the older generation kind of like, I don't know if they're having kids or, you know, happily married or.
You know, while we're on this conversation, because I've never addressed the public, and I know thousands of people are going to watch this interview. You know, you guys out there that asked me why Javon Jordan's interview never came out. I interviewed him when we first started the show back in 2020 during the pandemic. And at this time, I didn't know the importance of signing consent forms. So he did the interview, and I asked him about two things. I asked him about, because I was new to interviewing adult performers. So I asked him about things that I would see in the comments that people were leaving. And they particularly, it was a Mia Khalifa scene with Rico Strong and I think Charlie Mack.
Okay.
And these guys had to use condoms. So the guys in the comments, why does a black guy have to use a condom on her and Johnny Sins doesn't, right? Ooh. But follow me.
Yeah.
So I asked him about it. I didn't know that he was another male performer. I won't say their name, but because I was like, this dude is scary. Like, he told me it, and I said, dude, you don't have to answer. He was like, you trying to put me on the spot. I think he thought I knew more than I did. I didn't know his history of being blackballed, because I think at the time he was doing Dog Fart, and I ended up speaking with Isaiah Maxwell about it, and they would use the race play.
Oh, okay.
And he one day on the set said, I'm tired of being called the N-word. And I guess he got outlawed for a while, and then he started getting back in. So when he was like, hey, can you take this part out? And I was like, dude, I watched it. It's not that bad. He didn't say anything crazy. He just said, I don't really want to touch on that. That's not my situation. Again, I didn't know. So then I asked him about Rico Strong. When the penis injection, when the blood wouldn't go down, he had to go to the hospital. And he was just like, man, I use Viagra. Whatever, the interview went smooth. There was nothing wrong with it. So I sent him the clip, and he was like, man, I said, man, if we take that out, the interview is not going to match.
Right.
So we decided we didn't
Just
put it
to
out,
not put it
right?
out.
But they've been asking, so I just wanted to say that out there to follow up on what you were talking about with the whole race play and black production companies and all that stuff. I just wanted to get the record clear on that, so you guys can ask me why it never came out. There you go. Anna Foxx joining us on the Bougie Show. So, what else would you want to change about the adult industry?
I would like it to be like the human industry, you
Okay,
know,
gotcha.
like not so much emphasis, like everything here is just like every platform starts off white,
Right.
and it's like crazy to me that like there's so many different humans, like there's thick women, there's short women, there's black women, there's Indian, and, like all the different kinds of people, and like we focus just on that, like that's like been our god forever. Like we just barely got our first black female performer of the year, which is insane.
Demi, was it Demi or
Kira Noir,
yeah.
Which is insane because like you can't tell me that like Jada Fire didn't like break barriers and like shake people's
shit
whole
up.
life. Like she's still, if you type her name in right now,
I get requests
if you
for her interviews,
like
to this
she's
day.
still like an icon. So like if we had been doing our job and like highlighting everyone for who they are, we wouldn't have this like first time having a black female performer of the year.
Yeah, I think it's just because, and I think that's pressure coming from just society as a whole.
Yeah.
Where they're doing that. But again, because I asked Erica this one time when I interviewed her, and I said, "Do you guys get more money when you win the award?" And she said, "They don't get more money. You don't get paid more money." So what's the point of if you win an Oscar or Grammys?
Yeah,
you get your pay rate goes
true,
up.
There's no point, but it just like would be nice to be acknowledged. Even like outside of the awards, like just generally, like last year there were so many features produced, but only one all black feature, and then everybody was like, "Oh, that's so weird that you put all black people cast together. That's so racist." I'm like, but how? Because you guys do that in every feature, or you might put like one person of color in there. So it's like, hey.
So they're saying it's racist if you do a casting of all black performers.
Yeah, but it's
but
not.
That's been going on forever. Why is that? How is that racist?
It's not. It's not at all. Like if you can make all white features for the entire year.
I don't look at all white lineup as being racist.
No, it's not. So like if we can just like mix it up, you know, like real life, like people fuck different races of people.
Does the black male performer really matter besides their penis?
No, not to me. Not.
It's just their penis.
100%. Like to me, like people matter, but like to the industry.
No, I get it. That's what. So you knew what I meant.
No, here, no.
Yeah.
No.
Wow. Do most of them know that?
No.
They don't acknowledge that.
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
They have no idea.
Wow. Wow.
They're so happy. Like not all of them. Like like there's some here and there, but.
Right.
Like across the board, they're so happy just chilling there and like, oh, these women want to shoot with me.
Yeah.
One of these guys, won't say his name, but he didn't even notice that he didn't shoot with black women in his career so far until like they just brought it up to him and he was like, oh shit, I didn't know. Oh shit. You know, like if you.
How the hell he know that? We stop the fuckery on that.
It is time to stop the fuckery.
He didn't care.
He didn't care. And he's not even realizing that they're just using him for so BBC on my
Right.
Yeah.
Have you done like Slade and Blacked and all that?
No, because I talked shit about Vixen. So
yeah. You're cutthroat. You roll it. You roll the dice how it is.
Yeah, I mean they shouldn't start at it. I wouldn't have said anything.
Okay. And how come you weren't concerned with getting blackballed or nothing like that?
Because facts are facts.
Facts are facts. You know? Got it. We can applaud that.
Yeah. I was their 5th Vixen from when they started Vixen. And I had worked for Vixen, Tushy, and Black.
Right.
So they're the first black female to do so. Super happy. And then I got on a set when they had all just black females. And I noticed the difference from being on set where
with
it was like all white people to like when they had just black talent. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? It was a whole thing. Not sure if you heard about Banana Gate at all.
No, I have no idea.
So
elaborate.
Okay, so a woman director decided to put me, Demi, and 2 other black women. I won't say their names because they didn't talk about it.
Right.
But on set with her husband to shoot with him.
Okay.
So I got there last, and I was the extra, which I thought was weird because I was the first Vixen. So I was like, okay. Whatever. It's my job. I don't care. Right. So they're doing their pictures. The girls are coming upstairs with bananas. And I was like, what are the bananas for? And they're like, oh, it's Valentine's Day. So I thought there was going to be fruit and stuff. I go downstairs and like the prop is a banana. And I was like, okay, so we're gonna suck the banana, and they're like, no. It's like, what are we gonna do with the banana? Just hold it like a purse. And I was like, what? And then like all 4 black girls lined up in a line just holding
with
the
bananas
banana.
in their hand.
Yeah, and I was like,
did they even know?
They had no idea.
So what was the purpose of them doing it then?
That's what I asked. So I was like, what? Nobody's ever put a Valentine's Day with a banana. Like strawberries, flowers. Like unless like my dude is sending me a banana to suck his. Like I'd never been like, oh, banana's such a romantic fruit. Like so then the house, like they had no budget for coffee. The house had cat piss on this rug. It was just like shitty. Like red flag. So when the scene was over, I was like, dear Twitter, guess what happened today? And then the company was like, oh, Anna, we want to take you to lunch. And I was like, you want to take me to lunch when you didn't have a budget for coffee and you didn't put the heater on in this cold house? Like it was like cold as shit. And I was like, you would never do that to
Miss White
so
or such and such.
Come on,
and such,
you would never do that. And then they were like, oh, well, we can take you to lunch. And I was like, you're not going to smooth me over with an overpriced panini. No. No. So I kept talking about it, and the director was like, well, it happened, so get over it. And I was like, okay, thank you. So just continued my rant on Twitter, did some interviews with the Rolling Stone, just told everybody, just told it like it is. So the people that heard it won't fuck with them for that, and the people that want continue, well, like you now, at least you know. Yeah, and every chance I get, I just like yell a little bit at the award shows. You suck, bitch. You know, every time. I do.
I love it.
It's really
and it's
fun.
not like I love drama or I love that. I just love like calling it like the shenanigans, the fuckery that you guys been getting away with over all these decades.
Yeah,
the game needs to change, and I'm really happy to see women get their just due and like have more say in the game, because I'm a firm believer that there was a bunch of more pigs that were running this industry, and you know, and still here, and that's the vibe I've been getting from a lot of the female performers that I've interviewed from yesterday going on today is predatorial, and that's a word that keeps getting popped up
from some agents to the company CEOs, and it's like hard to change if like the person that owns it is the fucked up person, you know. If the CEO doesn't give a fuck, then
then the rest
then you just got to cancel the company altogether. So I really didn't care about getting blackballed after that from the Vixen. I would have loved to work with Slade, but once they came out with that and I never got booked, I was like, oh, so it runs deeper. Like, so I hurt your feelings for life. Right. Next time, don't use bananas.
Yeah, no, we can. I mean, I get it. They have to be more conscious of what they're doing and who they're dealing with, especially, you know.
Come on.
Does like your agent or your team tell you, hey, chill out on calling people out stuff?
But when I first signed up with Erica, she was like, hey.
That's why I said it.
Hey, I know what you say, and you're not wrong. You know. So there's like a level of like not shut up, Anna, not shut up, but just like, you know, like maybe call us first before you go. Like maybe let's try to like resolve behind the scenes before you go on Twitter and whatnot. And I'm like, well, you got 24 hours. So
you give them a deadline.
Yeah, because I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, especially like since I learned the power of Twitter. Like people listen, and it gets the ball rolling. So I'm like, oh well, that's my ally right there.
If you could pick the mind of one individual, dead or alive, over dinner, who would that be and why?
Anybody?
And it doesn't have to be in the industry. I'm just talking in general, life in general.
Man, probably a dead person. They just have so much wisdom. I'm a really big fan of Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you watch her movie? Did it came out? Did it come out yet? I don't know if it came out.
I think it did come out, but I didn't watch it because I talked too much shit about the wig in the preview. So I gotta have it come out and somebody come over and put it on Netflix or something.
Oh.
Yeah, because I think when I was gonna watch it, it was in the theaters, and I was like, I don't know if I want to pay to talk shit about a movie like if it was Tyler Perry. You know, we talk shit about the wigs.
Yeah. I want
to like not have the wig distract me so I can actually like it.
What would you ask her?
Like about her transition in life, like
from the church to music, or from
just kind of like from when she started to become Whitney Houston to like her relationship with Bobby, and like how it like turned and like ultimately ending in her death. That whole like life thing, I would like to like pick her brain.
You think it's because she got into a lane she wasn't accustomed? She didn't come from that lane, and then it moved so fast, it just was overwhelming.
Maybe it's like interesting to me how many celebrities like came from nothing and then got in. Like Michael Jackson, you know, came with nothing, became a super big sensation, and then ended up in a completely different life that they probably never saw when they started. Like, how did you get from this to that, and how would you avoid that if you could? I guess, you know.
Anna Foxx joining us on the Bougie Show. What is the end goal for Anna?
I just want to take over the world.
Okay. That's how you feeling?
Yeah, I really like producing. I like that I've done things like the first Black production team for Playboy. Like, that was a pretty big thing. I never thought that I didn't set out to do that, but like being able to do that was really cool. So I just want to like do more like shit where I can put people in positions that I want to see. Like, if I want to see more women of color here, then I want to be the boss so I can put more women of color here, you know?
The disparity in the pay, is it a real thing?
It was a real thing. I'm sure it's changed, but I'm sure it still is a thing, but in a different way. Like, it used to be like IR rates and things like that. There's no more IR rates, but I'm sure that there's a way that they still IR rate. You know what I mean? But from what I know, it's gotten a lot more fair.
Okay.
It's just not fair for the new people that don't know like what they can ask for, because you got to start off high. You don't want to start off low, because then you can't go high. You want to start off as high as you can and get people to pay that, because they will. But a lot of people don't know that companies will pay you this for that.
Something that's been brought to my attention from a while ago, getting the vulnerable girl to come in and do anal the first shoot.
Yeah. Oh my God. So,
why don't they make a law for that, to where, like, you know what I mean? You got to be in the game for 6 months before you do anal, so you can, you know what I mean? Instead of just getting misled. I've had a few girls say their first scene was anal, and I'm like, damn. But I've interviewed Blake Blossom, and she says, I don't have to do anal, and I'm not going to do anal because Tiana Trump and Sarah J have not done anal, and their career went fine.
Yeah, you don't have to do anal if you don't want to do anal.
But they're being, again, they're 18, they coming in, they thinking, this is what you got to do. I'm going to get $2,000 real quick.
No.
I think it was Sky Blue said that to me yesterday. Flew in from Paris. I believe it was her. Flew in from Paris, and first scene was like,
my God, yeah.
I believe it was her, if I'm not mistaken. But
But if they knew that when they started, it would be nice.
Or knew the game,
to navigate their career better, because you don't really have to do anything. People pay for pictures of feet, like,
yes,
you don't have to do anything.
That's a fact. Anna Foxx, I want to get a question in from one of the viewers that they had. Let me hear, because I have it on my cell phone.
A viewer has a question.
Yes. So, how long does it take for female performers to clean out for butt scenes?
Oh my God.
Shout out to D Spins 12.
That's the question I should have expected. I can't say for people, because it's like your body. Like, I don't know how quickly, but for me, it takes me hours. Like, I like to take like 4 hours to clean out, because I prefer Fiji water to come out of my butt. I've been on set where Fiji water didn't come out of people's butt, and that's because she didn't take 4 hours. So I don't want to Nickelodeon slam someone, so I take 4 hours. And that's with breaks.
Nickelodeon slam someone?
Yeah, it's happened.
Speaking of Nickelodeon, you got that orange jacket on. Is that represent anything? It's really cool.
Yeah, it's a Playboy jacket.
Oh, is that what that is?
Playboy
and I see your shirt, and I see the Foxxx chain. We applaud all that.
Yeah, it's me.
Is this how you usually dress? Like the whole laid back, chilling?
Yeah, Playboy has given me so much stuff. Like, half of my closet is either Fashion Nova or Playboy. So
how was that experience of working with them?
Really cool.
Yeah?
Really cool. I thought they were fucking kidding when they first
reached out to you?
Yeah. And I only got the job because they hired me as a model first.
Right.
Which I was like, okay, yeah, cool. But my first set was something you would like. I think when it comes to people of color, like, they kind of like don't get that creative. So like my first set for them was like me in workout clothes, which I had done like all summer that year, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm so much cooler than I don't even go to the gym. Right.
That's 100.
So I like took over my set, and I was like, no. Like, I brought in like leather jackets and all this stuff, and just like completely switched it. And then they're like, well, you should produce for us. And I was like, yeah.
So that's what you're doing when you said they first hired you as a model. So you produce for Playboy.
Yeah, I produce just for Playboy now. Yeah.
So you like set up the scenery for the models and what
Yeah.
they're gonna do. So
hire-
you like a stylist?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. I hire the hair and makeup. I pick their clothes. I hire the camera person, the photographer. I pick the food. I buy like the backdrops and shit. Like we have pretty big budgets, so it's kind of cool. To,
Pretty big budget, I can imagine.
Yeah. So it's
So
fun.
are you on a contract with them for like a certain amount of time?
Well, I've been working with them for 3 years. I started before COVID.
Okay.
So there's kind of like a year where I couldn't do anything, but I don't have a contract, but I get to work with them as long as they like me and I like them.
Speaking of contract, have you been contracted before with these production companies? Any of them?
I only have a contract with Fleshlight, which is kind of cooler than
That's the
having
toy thing.
The toy,
Okay.
yeah. So my
It's like
pussy
a vibrator
butthole-
thing? Okay.
No, it's just like a
It's a
water-
sculpture of your vagina?
Yeah. And
Oh,
you
okay.
can fuck the bottle.
Okay, gotcha. And think that you're having sex with Anna Fox. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's kind of cooler than having a contract with like browsers, let's say.
Okay.
Because I don't actually have to fuck to
Fuck,
get
yeah,
the money.
yeah.
Someone gets to fuck me, so.
I'm surprised you haven't been contracted though when you've had so much popularity and
Are
so
you
well known.
surprised that I haven't been contracted at this? Are you?
Fuckery.
I'm not. It's okay.
But Ebony got contracted, and I know she has this big personality, and her and I have spoken on the phone too. Yeah, she has that
I'm
too.
missing some assets
but
for that.
I don't know, because there's many women that are shaped like you that that have been contracted. So
Were
I don't
black?
think it has nothing to do with your
Were they
breasts.
black?
No, but Ebony's black. She's blacker than you.
Yeah, we are pretty.
Right, but I guess we'll save that for part 2 whenever.
Oh, I love that you care.
I just think it's important,
It
and I think it's
is.
intriguing to the audience to how real this shit gets with you guys.
I actually had a director that shoots features for black women. He just shot one for Kiara, and he was like, "Oh, Anna, we'd love to get your feature. You get in here and do black gangbang, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Bro, I've been here for 11 years, and you're just now asking me to do a feature? Like, no, actually, I'm gay. Actually, I don't even fuck men anymore. Like, fuck men. You know, like, like I'm kind of at that point that I would love to just like." Do better things. Like I use my holes. I'm not opposed to fucking on camera anymore, but I like the producing thing. I like I'm working with Urban X to help make their show better. So I just want to do like big kid things, you know, like I want to adult harder, if that makes sense. Like just make myself proud at the end of the day, you know.
Speaking of Urban X, I see Bad Dragon is sponsoring their next event.
That's nice. I hope I get a dildo from them.
Yeah.
They have really cool dildos.
That was actually our first sponsor for Exotica.
Really?
Bad
Did you see
Dragon.
their little dragon dildos?
Yes.
Did they bring them? Did
Yes.
you get the mini ones too?
I didn't get anything. I didn't want no dildos. I've never wanted a dildo
That's
in my
fair.
life. So.
That's fair. I can see.
They did give me the little bag with the sanitizer.
Okay, well, at least you got sanitizer.
But shout out to Bad Dragon.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do Moment of Truth. Moment of Truth is where I state things. Oh, I wanted to ask you this quick. When's the last time you've been on a date?
Ooh, I kind of go on dates kind of often. Like I just went on a girl date like a few nights ago.
Oh, okay. I don't mean that kind of date.
Yeah, but like, yeah, no. I like to eat, so like going to eat is a date for me. I do
So
that,
if a guy
once
asks you, when is the last time you've been on a date with a guy that was interested in you?
probably like last week. But it should
Where'd you meet him from? Are you dating on Tinder?
No.
Okay.
Oh no, I've never been on one
Me
of
neither.
those
And I've
dating
been
apps.
hearing a lot of performers telling me they found their significant other.
No, I found
I just-
a person in real life.
Okay.
Like the old fashioned way.
Yeah, you're like me. Do it old school.
Yeah, I
see.
have a partner who I'm trying my best to not be a whore on. So yay.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're being monogamous right now?
Yeah, I'm trying real hard. It's like a diet.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to be domesticated these days.
So only for work.
Yeah, only for work now. Yeah, but
All right.
man, well, God, I did just get a text from like dudes of the past. Like they all hit me up on the same day, and I was like, what the fuck? Are they in a room together?
Right.
You know, I was like,
hitting you up. What are they saying?
They were just like, "Hey, girl," and I was like, "Oh my God, that's like the one dick that
Really
yeah."
that did
I
it
was
for
like,
you.
"Oh, you could get it, and I was like, "No, I'm doing good."
Are you a size queen?
No.
You're not?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I used to. I was like investigating in porn. Like I would hear all these girls like, "Oh, bigger is better." So I'd try big dick, and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like you lied.
Yeah. So
There's no
you
way."
prefer boyfriend dick. You're not coming home to Dread or Bridgilla.
No, I do like boyfriend dick. I do like to challenge myself with some tequila and a big dread
Right.
dick from time to time,
just to see where you're at with it.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, I conquered it."
Yeah, but you're not coming home to it.
No. Nope.
Jenna was an advocate for the small penis. She's like, I need small penis.
Jenna is about that. I remember the first time I was on set with her, she's like, I need like a minute to warm up. She's the first girl that I saw that needed to warm up for dick. I was like, oh, you don't have like the speech with her, like, come on, girl, like sing "Eye of the Tiger" before. She was like, no, I gotta like stretch it out.
All right, we're gonna start moment of truth. Moment of truth is when I state things. If it's true, you say true. If it's false, you can say false. You say false, and then elaborate why it's false. And if you choose not to answer, you say pass.
That's not tequila. Okay, I'm ready.
It's not
I'm ready. It's okay.
You still sleep with the Hitachi next to your bed.
Ah, true.
Okay. If a man wants you to peg their booty, they're fruity. So the guy that you're talking to, and he says,
He
"Hey,
doesn't
listen."
do the pegging.
Right. So if he had a strap on and he said, "Can you put this on and stick it in my
I
booty hole?"
would
Are you
think
gonna
about
think
him
he's fruity?
differently.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
All right.
So I'll say true.
So it's true. Okay.
Just a little true.
You've ran from a penis before.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Who was that?
Isaiah. You can see it in every scene, me trying to scoot back a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isaiah's the only one.
No, no. It's like half of them. I'll do the scene, but I'm running in it.
Right.
Or I'm on top because I can.
Yeah. Control.
Yeah.
How it's coming.
Yeah.
You prefer an uncircumcised penis when performing anal?
Is that the hoodie?
No hoodie.
No, I prefer.
Wait, no, uncircumcised. Yes, that's with the hoodie. Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I prefer,
You prefer
hoodie. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
But aren't you
nicer.
concerned with the stuff going around the penis and them not cleaning and just the whole butt? And
Well, his dick should come like I investigate beforehand.
Oh, okay.
It should be clean. It
okay.
should be clean.
All right.
Afterwards, that's his problem. But I have Fiji water in my butt.
Right. You've been pounded so hard it was hard to walk the next day.
Yes, true. For sure.
Who put that pounding on you?
Several people.
God, Jesus Christ! Don't stop.
I definitely asked for it the last time.
You asked to be bounded out?
Yeah. They titled the scene "Beat the Brakes Off." You know when you
Beat the brakes off
the
you?
pussy. Yeah. Yeah. The brakes were gone.
Stop the fuckery.
Brakes were gone.
The brakes were gone.
They started hitting the rotors.
Yeah. I saw white. I was like, oh.
Oh Lord.
It was lovely.
Okay. What kind of scene was that?
It was for King.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
If you could turn back the hands of time, you would have handled a few situations differently with your career.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Anyone in particular that hits right off the top?
I would have liked to handle like my first few years differently. But there were a lot of things that were just out of my control, but kind of needed to happen for me to be me today. You know, like when they teach you like, don't touch the stove, it's fucking hot, and you're like, what are you talking about?
Right.
But until you touch it, and you're like, okay, yeah, I needed to.
So you needed those
I
were
did.
lessons. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's true. You've informed another human being to their face that I'm not attracted to you, and we won't be having sex ever.
Probably, yeah. That's not something I wouldn't do.
Okay.
But if I had to tell you to your face that was your fault, for not reading the room, I'm a Scorpio and I give that energy. Are you a Scorpio too? Yeah. So I'm like, if you thought I will give you the eyes. Like I'm so like sexual energy like pushing. I'm about that. Like you will know if I want to fuck you. If I didn't give it to you and you came up to me, I'm very quick to palm the forehead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's your fault.
We kind of spoke about this already.
Okay.
I don't need to say it because there's like interracial films are so popular because of the high level of contrast during the penetration, but you already confirmed that.
Yeah.
All right. Anna Foxxx has joined us on the Bougie. Well, we did we're an hour and 2 minutes, but the floor is, first of all, that's the camera. Can you let the audience know something random or rare about you? Very random or rare about you? That we would never guess.
I did go vegan for a year and a half.
Okay.
For dick, yeah.
Wait.
A dick made me vegan for a year and a half.
For a guy. So a guy introduced you to the vegan lifestyle? But it was strictly because of...
His dick was amazing. I was so mad.
What makes a dick amazing?
You know, and it was funny because this was a very big one.
Okay.
So, and I usually don't like go for, like, I'll try it, but I'm not going to continue. And I continued and I was like, what's wrong with me?
Right.
So I don't know. He was just like the right kind of slut. Like, God.
So it wasn't actually his penis size. It was more of how
he could have had a smaller dick and
still would have been good?
Yeah.
So
he did not need all that dick, but he had it. So there I was eating salad for a fucking year and a half. And we didn't even...
Was he a performer?
No, he wasn't. We didn't even date that long.
You didn't try to bring him into the industry? If he was that well at doing it?
He's known outside of the industry for other things.
Did he know who you? Did he know who you were?
Yeah,
yeah. At the time when he met you?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So he was like, I'm gonna try that, and he got it.
He got it.
He got it. Good for him.
All right. So that's cool to know. You want to let them know we have Anna Foxx. She's checking out. You want to let them know anything about you got coming up, or where to holler at you at?
I do have another new production for Playboy coming out. So keep your eyes peeled because I think you will like this stunning woman as much as I did. Okay. I was so gay that day. I was so gay. I was so happy to touch her. I was like, can I put lotion on? She was like, yes. I was like, moisturize the fuck out of her. Yeah. So keep your eyes peeled. Just follow me in general on Twitter at ANAFOXXX, Instagram Foxy_Scorpio. Keep your eyes peeled because I do lots of good things, but I smoke weed, so I forget about them.
We can applaud that, goddammit. The one and only Anna Foxx has joined us on the Bougie Show. We appreciate you. This was a great interview.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and I appreciate you blessing the microphone with your presence and your experience and your story. We do wish you the best in your future endeavors. The one and only Anna Foxx is joining us on the Bougie Show. We are checking out.
Yeah.
Great interview.
Yay!
That was great.